Okay, this is just a little video about how we set up shelving tests and how we set up the document that you're going to use to grade the test specifically. So, what we want to do when we set up a shelving test is it's going to be for a specific area. We do shelving tests for new employees and periodically for everybody. But we're going to do a specific area because there's so many different things that we do. We want to cover all the bases. So, be adult, YA, AV, Juve, sometimes a separate test for large print or something like that. And when we do that, we want to pick out at least 50 items always to get a good enough group to grade from. And then we want to throw in some oddballs because that's what's going to happen when somebody's out in reality, doing some shelving. They're going to be items on a cart that don't belong. So what we want to do is get those items together, and then we can start doing a report in workflows. So we're in workflows here. So what we want to do is go command all wizards, new reports, okay. And then we want to find the report that we want to use, and it's going to be under the templates, just in the first tab here, templates. And we want to go to Albi shelving test here. We want to hit setup and schedule. Then we go to selection criteria. We wipe out and delete whatever's already in there. Then we go to the little button here and hit that. For each item, we do number of labels 1, and then we scan the item. We click into the other field and scan the item ID. So let's do a few of these. So as we scan the items, they should show up on this list down here. And we'll just go through and scan them until we've done them all. Okay, so now we have the whole list here. So we're just going to say OK here. So it takes us back to where we're in selection criteria. Here are all of the barcodes we entered at the start of it anyway. Then we go to basic information. We're going to edit the report name to say the initials of the person being tested, the type of test, and the amount of times this is that the person will have taken this. So if this is the second test, it's 2. And we test people until they get a 95% pass. So we've got all our barcodes scanned in under selection criteria. We're using the Albi shelving test report. We have the initials of the person being tested entered. We have the type of report entered, under report name here, and the number of times this is. So we hit schedule, and then we'll do once ASAP, and then you need to make sure you click on the check mark to email to individuals. Put in your email address, make sure that you enter it correctly or you won't get it. And then hit the OK button to run the report. And it's going to say report has been scheduled, and it's going to give the name, and it's going to say scheduled to run ASAP. So that way you know it's scheduled. It should run fairly quickly, within a minute or two, depending on what's going on, the time of the day, and stuff like that. So when it has run, you can go to your email and find it, and it's going to have as the subject line the title you gave the report. So then you can click on that, and then just print that out and grade from that. And that's pretty much it. You want to make sure sort of common sense stuff, like you always want to make sure what you ran the report on is what they're going to be tested on. So make sure that those books don't get, shelved by somebody else, or, taken off the cart and put on another cart, or, whatever. You want to make sure you keep those together and make sure they match the report. And that's about it for setting up the report for the shelving test.